The story of Anne de Saintonge began in a beautiful house in Dijon. It was 1580 and Anne was one of the few homeschool girls at the time. Every morning, she would watch the boys passing by on their way to the Jesuit college just down the street from her house. Because indeed, in the 16th century, only boys had the chance to go to school. A dream was born to educate girls of all backgrounds, an idea that was far ahead of its time. At 28 years old, Anne's project started to take shape. She wanted to create schools for girls for both the rich and the poor, and was inspired by Saint Ignatius of Loyola and the Jesuits. She had two choices. Dijon, her hometown. The problem was her father, who had too much influence and with whom she disagreed. Or the town of Dole, which could give her freedom and a new start, but where she would arrive as an outsider. So, what did she do? Only God could help her. Anne headed for the Notre Dame of Dijon church and prayed for a long time. The decision was made, and it was clear that she would go to Dole. Unfortunately, her father opposed her departure and threatened her. Anne decided to run away. She left at night, disguised as a peasant woman, accompanied by her faithful servant. No Uber, no TGV, she had to walk to Dole. November 30, 1596 marked a turning point and a new beginning for Anne. Arriving in Dole, an unknown town, Anne naturally turned to a Jesuit priest. It was her lucky day, as he welcomed her with open arms and found her a place to live. Oh, I forgot. Before leaving, he advised her to go to the sanctuary of the Mont Roland, 4 kilometers from Dole. Why did he say this? At Mont Roland, a group of women, Claudine de Boisset, Anne's future right-hand woman, wanted to create a society to teach young girls. And these women had been praying for years for a leader to be sent to them. So, what if the leader was Anne? A little more patience was required. While waiting to create her own society, Anne offered her services as a teacher to Suzanne Renard, who ran a small girls' school in Dole. But everything was against them. While Suzanne was harsh and ill-natured with the children, Anne was gentle, patient, and listened to them. And this began to show. Parents came from far and wide to leave their children with Anne. But her father was still furious with her. He was ready to do anything to make her come back to Dijon. So, he sent misleading letters to Anne, and she ended up coming back home. He also threatened the Jesuits and forced them to stop supporting Anne. Many difficult years went by. Money, food, and support, Anne was lacking everything. In the end, the hardships strengthened her faith. She was now a strong woman, a woman ready to start from scratch to make her dream come true. And this dream finally became a reality on 16 June 1606, when the Society of Anne of Saintonge was born. To get to this point, she had to gather many companions, and then she had to obtain authorizations, which was quite a conundrum. Nothing went according to plan. Anne wanted to call her congregation the Society of Mary, to create a female branch of the Society of Jesus, in other words, the Jesuits. But by choosing to call her society the Society of Saint Ursula, allowed her to progress quicker and to realize her project. So, regardless of the name given, her goal was achieved. Everyone was talking about her society. The success was undeniable. And soon, other towns started asking for schools. Vesoul, Besançon, Arbois, Saint-Hippolyte, Porrentruy, all these congregations were created during Anne de Saintonge's lifetime. Today, even more exist, including Besançon, Dijon, Le Chesnay, Riedisheim near Mulhouse and Brussels, Tours and Fribourg, Brigue and Sillon in Switzerland. The society founded by Anne de Saintonge more than 400 years ago has made many followers. 400 sisters spread over 4 continents. Anne's wishes have traveled through centuries and borders. Many things have changed since the days of watching the Jesuits walking under her window, but Anne's story and her persistence still inspire us today.